All right, everybody, Ecom Tom here with another video coming at you guys, and this is the second edition of Financial Tip Friday, and this one is actually going to be on a Friday, so I'm actually making it on Thursday, but it'll be launched on a Friday. And in this video, if you haven't seen based off what the title is, it's going to be talking all about sales tax. Should you be collecting it? Should you not be collecting it? And it's probably the number one question I've seen across the Facebook groups besides like how to source items, which I think I've made enough videos on so far. So, I'm going to touch upon the sales tax subject. And of course, to, do some disclaimer here, I am not a professional. I have put probably about 25, 30 hours into this whole sales tax situation, searching it, researching it, getting all the information I possibly can about it, going to my CPAs about it and actually realizing that I know more than the majority of the CPAs out there on this law. And then, you kind of have to educate them and you let them kind of, go from there and tell you what to do. So, that's about it. So before we get into this video, I do want to say if you want a notification, I've been contacted all the time by people like, oh, I didn't know you were going live. Like they didn't know what time zone it was. They didn't know all sorts of things like that. And, they missed my live. They couldn't ask questions or they didn't see a video when it came out or anything like that. Then I did make a notification type application bot type thing. So if you click the link below in the description, it'll say something about YouTube, new broadcast notification, something like that. Then you will get it'll be just a little push notification. I don't think it'll even make a sound or like interrupt your day whatsoever, but it will show you and let you know that there is a video that I just put out and it'll send it to you in your messenger. So if you guys do want that, just click the link below and you don't have to do anything else. You just have to click the link and, you'll get a message and that's about it. So also, if you guys have any questions about sales tax as I go on in this video might be a little long, but if you have any questions, please let me know so I can cover, more specific topics. This video is going to be mainly just an overview of sales tax and what's happening and everything like that. But if you have any specific questions that I think, that you think I could make a whole video on or just answer some questions in a video, then either comment below or I'm going to make another little messaging thing like that. So if you click the link below, you'll see it in the description, then just, type out your message and I'll make sure to, collect them all somewhere and make a whole video just going about it. Maybe a live. We could do a live. If you guys want a live, let me know. So yeah, before I get into this, like, comment, subscribe as always, and we'll get started. So I'm going to share my screen over here. And here we are recording my screen and I'm inside of TaxJar. So what is TaxJar? TaxJar is going to be the number one thing that's going to help you with your sales tax. And basically, why should you collect sales tax? Should you not collect sales tax? Anything like that. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to tell you what I do. And when I first started eBay dropshipping or any sort of dropshipping out there, I did start collecting sales tax in the state that I lived in. The reason being is that I lived in that state and the law at the time was that if you live there and you have a business there, then you need to collect and remit to all things that go to your state. So say I lived in Massachusetts at that time, then I lived in Massachusetts, I would collect to any sale that went to Massachusetts and I would then remit it back to the state of Massachusetts. So, that's what was the thing for a while. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I brought up a nice Wikipedia article here. I know Wikipedia is the best source out there, but it's basically called South Dakota versus Wayfair or Wayfair versus South Dakota. I'm sure you've heard of it. And basically in this court case, what they decided was that states can make their own rules up based for online sellers that are, or out of state sellers, whatever, what I'm guessing it's majority online, that are selling into their state. So say I'm in Massachusetts and obviously my items are going all over the United States because I'm dropshipping items everywhere. And then they go to South Dakota. Then South Dakota could make up their own laws on where they're going, what, or what the cost is and whether I should be collecting or remitting sales tax and whatnot. So basically the majority of the states that, enacted laws like this, the first being South Dakota. Some already had some in place. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this, but the majority of the states that enacted laws like this did end up enacting a law that says if you've done 100,000 in sales or 200 transactions. So for us, it's a lot of states, or not many states. I don't even think I hit 100,000 in a single state. I posted my 1099K in the Facebook group today. So if you want to see some updates and other things like that, make sure to join the free Facebook group. That link's also down there in the description. But I did 1.3, almost 1.4 million in sales on eBay last year. And so I'm guessing, obviously, I didn't hit 100,000 in a single state. But what did I hit? I hit 200 transactions to a lot of states. There was at least 23 at the moment. And, it's only going to go up from here as more and more states enact the laws. So how do you know what these laws are? How do you know what states you've hit in? And what happens when you hit the nexus, the threshold in that state? And when you hit that threshold, it's mainly called economic nexus. So it means that you have economic nexus there, which means that you've hit the threshold of whatever that state says. But the majority of the states are 100,000 in sales or 200 items or 200 individual orders. So I open up TaxJar right here, and TaxJar is everything you need to know about sales tax and everything online, and they do also track it, and they'll collect and remit it for you for a pretty high price, which I don't do because I think it's pretty outrageous, but, here I am. So these are all the states. In green are all the ones that have enacted economic nexus laws, and you can go, I think I don't know if I counted correctly. I counted 29, could be more, could be less. I'm not saying that my counting skills are great, but here we are, explains it all, and you scroll down, and, it goes economic nexus laws by state, and here we are. Alabama is the first state right here, and they're actually completely going against the rule that I said. Their threshold is $250,000 a year based on previous calendar year's sales. So that doesn't apply, and supposedly this was effective 3 years ago. I have no idea. I haven't really followed it. I might get something in Alabama. I might not. I don't have any resale or tax ID in Alabama. But here we are. Arkansas, 100,000 or 200 orders. California, 100,000 or 200 orders, but it's not effective till April 1st. So the majority or a lot of these states enacted their law October 1st, 2018. So I know that I am late to the party explaining this to you guys, but I also have realized that nobody else has even talked about this, and I wanted to make sure that I did all of my research, made sure I got the majority of my eggs in a row before I went out there and just taught it to anybody on the internet. And, I'm still not a professional, and you should obviously, I always say, if you're going to take this business seriously, this is a business, this is not a hobby. If you're going to take this seriously to the point where you're going to be getting a 1099K from PayPal every single year, then you should have a CPA or some sort of tax professional on your side. If you do not, then you're severely messing up. If you don't know where to go, there's this magical thing out there called Google. Just research it, find one near you, just see if they're good at doing online sales or anybody with eBay. I'm trying to set up an affiliate to see if my CPA, who's pretty good at the whole online sales department, does work with a lot of eBay sellers, if they'll do it. But I'm not sure yet. They haven't really gotten back to me. So here we are. California, not enacted yet, but I did get one in California anyways, so I could get tax exempt on Walmart. So here we are. Colorado, 100,000 or 200. I actually just moved to Colorado. They enacted this law December 1st, 2018, but they also did put in this other clause when I called them that said that you don't have to actually do it. They have a courtesy policy for at least another 5 months after this date. So me being, who I am, I didn't get one yet. So Connecticut just enacted one, 250 or 250,000 in gross revenue or 200 separate sales. That was December 1st. Georgia, January 1st. Hawaii, I don't sell to Hawaii, so I don't have any of that. Illinois, October 1st, January. So a lot of them were October and January 1st. I thought more were October, but here we are. So Maryland, things like that. So what does this mean? So, well, first off, let's go to TaxJar. What is TaxJar? You connect it to your eBay or to your PayPal. You can also connect it to your Amazon store. I just forgot to connect it to my Amazon store because I'm selling on Amazon now as well. But if you only do eBay sales, then you're going to connect it to your PayPal. It goes through all your PayPal transactions, see who's you sent them to, what state you sent them to. If you collected sales tax, if you didn't, it's going to count all your transactions. Make sure that it knows that when you did actually cross the threshold there. It tells you how much sales tax you've collected, when your next filing's due, and everything like that. So I'll tell you right now, I have sales tax IDs in literally every single one of these states here. I think it's like 30 something. They told me that I might need to get these. I don't know if I've hit 200 transactions in Connecticut yet. It's hard to keep track of all of this. I'm not going to say it's easy, but I'm going to say that you should at least be putting some effort in. I already ran the tracker here. So basically, if you go up here and click, where was I? Right here, you click run the checker, and then it'll go through here, and it'll tell you what states you've actually crossed in. So these are my sales. I guess I did already do over 100,000 in California. So yeah, it makes sense. It's California. But so there's California. There's all these other states that I've crossed in. And then, it says under each state, view next steps. What's the next step? The next step is that you're going to use your business entity, your EIN number. If you don't have one, look into it. If you're going to run a legitimate business, you most likely will need an EIN number. And you're going to use your EIN number, go onto the state's website, sign up for a sales tax ID, register for an Arkansas sales tax permit, and then you're going to wait a bit. Some of them send you an email, some of them send it to you in the mail, and then from there you're going to have your sales tax ID, and then you're going to have to register on their website for an online payment portal, and then you're going to be collecting and remitting sales tax to that state. So, like I said, you're not going to be losing money as long as you do everything in order. There is a bunch of laws out there or bills trying to go through Congress right now that are protecting the small seller because, nobody really said anything about this. Like, what if you hit 200 transactions in October 1st, 2018? Does it go back retroactively? Some states say it might. Some states say no. Some CPAs say one thing. CPAs say another thing. What about if you didn't even know this was a thing? Like, this is your first time hearing it because you're watching Tom talk about it on a video. What happens then if you get that ID, but say you cross the threshold in October and here it is February 7th, 2019, like what do you do then? And also I did actually talk about this, I forgot, in one of the lives on my Facebook groups, free Facebook groups. So that's another reason to go join it. So, there's a lot of ifs and hums and what's going on about this. Nobody really knows. Even the tax professionals don't know, but I like to err on the side of caution and make sure that I'm at least protecting myself to the utmost ability that I can. So that's why I went through and I got all these sales tax IDs for myself. So what are the benefits of this besides it sucking ass to get all of these IDs, and besides it sucking to, make sure that everything's in order, and then you have to remit and pay, and a lot of them are monthly, some of them are quarterly, some of them are semi-annually, some of them are annually. You need to know that. I have a whole entire tax sheet that I'm not going to bring up because it has all my numbers on it, but I could. And it's the whole organization thing that I have going on. What are the benefits of this? The benefits are that you actually do now have tax presence entity, some sort of business entity in all of the states that you've crossed the threshold in. So say you're tax exempt on Walmart, and you got tax exempt with all the basic states that the multi-jurisdiction form covers, but that doesn't cover California, that doesn't cover Florida, that doesn't cover Mass, that doesn't cover Maryland, that doesn't cover Connecticut, DC, probably, and Mississippi and Hawaii. It doesn't cover those. Hawaii obviously doesn't matter if you're not selling there, but Florida and California are the two biggest states I would say that I get the most sales in. So if you're not tax exempt there on that state, then you're getting charged tax for a lot of your sales that if you're doing Walmart onto eBay or Walmart onto Amazon, you can't just collect if you don't have a sales tax ID there. So you going out and getting all these sales tax IDs at these states actually does allow you to get exempt in a bunch of other states for a bunch of different websites or sources or suppliers that you are in fact just sourcing from. So I am now and Tennessee. I'm tax exempt in Tennessee, Mississippi, Maryland, Massachusetts, Florida, California, all on Walmart. Walmart, I'm tax exempt in basically every state except for DC. I didn't really worry about DC. And now I don't pay sales tax on any state. And if you're drop shipping Walmart onto Amazon drop shipping, which I know is the new popular thing to do. I've been doing it myself, and the margins are very low doing that, and you're going to go out there and you're not tax exempt in these other states, you're going to lose money on a lot of sales, and it's going to really hurt your bottom line. So, should you be collecting sales tax? I'm not going to tell you what you should be doing. I'm going to tell you what I am doing. I've been collecting and remitting in my state since I started. Since I opened a business entity, which I think was January 17th, 2017, in the state of Massachusetts. I've been collecting in Massachusetts and remitting to them. But there is a bunch of other states now that have laws that they're butthurt about. Obviously, they're butthurt about people selling things to their state and them not getting any sales tax from it. That's what all states are. They're greedy. So what do? First off, I would get TaxJar. It's only $10 a month is the lowest one, and then it kind of builds up after that based on your transaction level. So I would get TaxJar. There's definitely a free trial. I think if there's an affiliate link, if I find one, I'll put it down in the description below. I don't even know what it does, but I'll put it there just to let you guys know, and you guys might get something out of it. I have no idea what it actually does. But definitely get TaxJar, evaluate it. If you're not doing a lot of sales, I would not worry. But if you've been doing a decent amount of sales for a while, don't panic, but definitely try to take some immediate action. Make some phone calls, find yourself a CPA, find yourself somebody that knows more than what you do, and, go and try to make and be as proactive as possible about this. You know, one thing I can say is that I if you have any questions, ask me. But, please don't just start bombarding me with all these questions. I do plan to open up some sort of service in the future for doing this. I need to check out the legality of what it is and, everything like that. I have helped people actually go through and get sales tax IDs in the majority of the states. But, those have been close friends and buddies and stuff like that. So, it is what it is. Also, if you are interested in some sort of Walmart tax exemption program where, either I get you tax exempt in the basic states, or if you want to get tax exempt in like the Californias, Floridas, and whatever, I have put together a program for that. So if you guys are interested in that, please let me know and I can get you tax exempt in those states. I've already had 2-3 people successfully get tax exempt in all those states, and it happens pretty quickly as long as Walmart is working on the other side of the phone, because pretty sure they took like a 3-week break in their tax exemption department like a month ago. So hopefully I didn't confuse you guys too much. I can't explain everything in this video without making this video like 5 hours long. Definitely go out and research on your own, read up on every state. Some states, most of the states are pretty similar, but some of the states like Pennsylvania, Illinois has some weird laws that I'm still not even sure about. Oklahoma, Washington, they all kind of have some weird laws called like notice and report laws, so I'd look into that. Definitely ask a CPA, like I've been saying. Not every CPA is very good at sales tax related questions, but when you get one that actually knows stuff about online, and they're not going to charge you a literal arm and a leg, hopefully, then you should be fine. I've been quoted all the way from $200 a month to do all of my everything, all the way up to I think it was $1,200, $1,250 a month, and anywhere in between. So they're really all over the place. Make sure you get multiple figures, multiple numbers. Do some shopping. Do some evaluating of if your CPA is good or not. I'm gonna try to see if my CPA is down to get some more traffic. I can definitely bring people to him, but it is if he wants to pursue the more online, very high volume sellers. So, if you guys have any questions, I'm sure you guys do have a lot of questions. Please either click the link in the description or leave a comment. And let me know what you guys think about this. Have you guys been collecting sales tax? Have you just been ignoring it? Have you been scared? Because I would say being scared and ignoring it's not the best way to go about the situation. Not paying sales tax could eventually lead to something more serious. Who knows? I'm not sure. Hopefully these laws go through Congress where, they have to make it more easy for the small scale seller to actually adapt into this. Because right now you're pretty much out there on your own, just fending for yourself. But this is the Wild West. This is e-commerce in 2019. It's still not a very developed system. I mean, how long has e-commerce really been around for? So, there's obviously going to be lots of laws, lots of states that are upset about things, and lots of changes that happen every single year. And this was a big one. So let me know if you guys like this video. Let me know if you want to see more videos on sales tax related things. If you did like it, I would appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. That always helps out my channel, helps me bring more content to you guys. And make sure that if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you do want a notification before or when every single video that I post goes up, you'll know when I'm going live. You'll know when I'm making a new video or when a new video goes up. I do about 3 videos a week. The Patriots, the Super Bowl definitely threw off my Monday video this week, and not going to lie. But it is what it is. You gotta get up, dust yourself off, and keep on going, no matter how hungover you are. So I hope you guys appreciated this video. And like I said, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys very much.